As companies increasingly shift workloads to the public cloud, cloud computing has moved from a nice to have to a core competency in the corporate world. According to the studies, 60% of corporate data is already over the cloud, and major service providers who hold an abundance of this data are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. However, AWS is recognized as an industry leader in this field of cloud computing. This is not at all a vague statement. The tycoon research organizations such as Gartner believes in the same. They consider AWS as a thought leader and point of reference for all cloud computing competition. And owing to the facts such as overwhelming growth in the cloud sector and AWS being the top cloud service provider, the demand for AWS cloud computing certificates is exponentially higher. By listening to these facts, if you wish to get into this lucrative cloud industry, taking cloud computing certification is the easiest way, and AWS being the industry leader happens to provide 12 of them. Well, that being said, hello everyone, welcome to this video on which AWS certification you should choose by Intellipaat. Today with this session, we are going to help you understand which AWS certification suits you best based on different criteria that we have at our hand. But before we begin with that, please make sure that you enable both subscribe button and bell icon so that you never miss an update from Intellipaat YouTube channel. First of all, let me take you guys through the agenda for this session. We'll begin this session on a friendly note by understanding what exactly do we mean by AWS certifications. After that, we'll do thorough introspection over why do you need an AWS certification to get into the domain of cloud. Next, we'll look into the roadmap for becoming AWS Certified Professional. Moving forward, we'll talk about AWS certification levels and how you can choose the best AWS certification based on your particular skill set. I hope the agenda is clear to all of you guys out there.
So without wasting any time, let's get started with first topic of this session, that is, what do we mean by AWS certification? AWS, also referred to as Amazon Web Services, is a trusted cloud computing platform. It offers many features that help a firm expand and scale, including computational power, content delivery, database storage, and numerous more operations. The best place to start your learning is with the AWS certification training. You can advance your career into the field of cloud computing with the industry recognized certification. Above all other cloud vendors like Salesforce, Azure, GCP, and so on, Amazon is a pioneer in the field. And to the surprise, AWS related skills are required for nearly 60% of cloud computing job advertisement, claims a recent study. These figures show that there is a considerable need for AWS related skills and expertise today and in the future as well. You can work with Amazon Web Services without experience as long as you hold the certificate in it. Not only that, but having an AWS certification increases your chances of finding a rewarding and well paying job. It increases credibility, which will enable you to advance in the lucrative sector of cloud computing. That being said, let's discuss more about why you should get AWS certified. Actually, professionals looking to add cloud expertise to their resume or just beginning their career with cloud computing may wonder which cloud computing certification should they get. And that is quite alright actually, because the cloud market is crowded with competitive vendors such as Microsoft, Salesforce, and Google growing faster than expected. However, what's interesting is that AWS still holds 57% of the market share, with Amazon being the most mature provider and leading in market share of overall cloud infrastructure marketplace, which is approximately twice of any competitor, which makes it evident that it will play a significant role in the cloud journey for years to come. This is not an exaggeration, but honestly, AWS is kind of dungeon master of cloud, powering many organizations like Netflix, Airbnb, Adobe, BMW, GE Oil and Gas, UK Ministry of Justice, and many more. If you want to become an expert on a specific cloud platform, I think AWS cloud certifications are the highways. Besides that, statistically speaking, there are over 350,000 professionals who are needed to fill cloud job roles. It is pretty easy to recognize that AWS certifications are a great opportunity for professionals to enter into this lucrative domain. With the public cloud market anticipated to reach $125.7 billion dollars by the end of 2028, AWS skills and certifications will likely retain a significant lead over its competitors such as IBM, Microsoft, and Google. Whether you are a big data analyst, database administrator, web developer, system administrator, or even an AI developer, your life will become much easier if you make the best out of Amazon's AWS certification training. If you are entirely new to the tech industry and are looking to get your first cloud gig, then also the AWS certification path can boost your resume to the top of pile of job applications. Besides all that, we have one more stat that might excite you guys for these AWS certifications. According to the research, the average salary of AWS professionals is 27.5% higher than that of other cloud professionals in the market. I hope this gives you enough motivation and produces interest in taking on this certification endeavor and will actually help you plan that journey with the AWS certification roadmap. The first step we have here is register for the AWS training and certification account. Here, you can also opt for an AWS free tier account as it enables consumers to explore and test out AWS services free of charge up to some specified limits for each service. The free tier provides three offerings: a 12-month free tier, an always free offer, and short term trials. Once you are done creating your account, choose the certification to pursue. If you are unsure where to begin, start preparing for Cloud Practitioner and work up to AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate. This will serve as a foundation for choosing what to pursue next. Then the next step we have is prepare from exam guides and training resources. Although certification is the end objective, learning is what will help you reach your goal. However, before you start studying for any certification, we recommend you go through the exam guides. They include information about the exam's content and a breakdown of the domain covered. Once you are ready to study, refer to AWS training resources to understand the basic concepts of AWS services. These resources are in depth and contain practical labs to assess your understanding. It is also essential to assess your progress with practice exams simultaneously. Practice exams are the best way to track your progress and give you an idea about what the exam questions will look like. They also assist you in determining which areas demand more of your focus. That brings us to the third step, that is, refer to multiple AWS white papers. After getting a solid understanding of the fundamental concepts of AWS services, it is time to expand your knowledge of the products and services that AWS offers. AWS white papers are one of the best ways to do this, as they provide you with solid understanding of the range of services. These white papers will help you enhance your knowledge of AWS Cloud. In addition, all the technical content of these white papers, including reference materials, guides, and reference architecture diagrams, is written by AWS community itself. So definitely looking into these white papers is worth a while. After that, the next step we have is get real-time practice experience through AWS projects. Remember guys, learning becomes more interesting if you find ways to implement the things you have learned. And there is no better approach to learning AWS than to keep up your consistency by studying and implementing the concepts you have studied each day. Working on AWS projects is what can help you jumpstart your career. Plus, it can also add some fun to your learning with practical experience. On that note, here comes the final step on our AWS certification roadmap. As of now, you are done with learning, practice, as well as projects. So that calls for scheduling certification assessment from your AWS certification account. You can schedule for this examination through your AWS certification account with either Pearson, View, or PSI. And once you are done scheduling, don't forget to check your exam confirmation email from your chosen testing provider. This email provides essential information about the terms and conditions for your exam appointment. Well, having said that, let's contemplate how you can decide which certification from AWS catalog you should choose. Initially, we'll look into the categories that AWS itself has segregated these 12 certifications into. Well, one thing to keep in mind is that these categories are formed based on the difficulty levels of these certifications. And the first category is foundation level. Foundational certification is designed to test basic cloud computing skills, and it requires the candidate to have at least basic fundamental knowledge about cloud computing and AWS as a platform. AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner is the only certification that falls under this category. Then we have associate level. The AWS Associate certification level is intended for individuals who have prior experience of designing and creating distributed applications. Candidates for associate level certification must have at least 1 year of experience of implementing solutions on the AWS cloud. AWS Certified Developer, AWS Certified Solution Architect, and AWS Certified SysOps Administrator are the certifications that fall under this level. Third category we have is professional level. Professional level certifications demonstrate one's expertise in the cloud sector but at an advanced level. Candidates for AWS professional certifications must have 2 years of experience in designing, operating, and executing AWS cloud solutions. AWS Certified Solution Architect, AWS Certified DevOps Engineer are the professional level AWS certifications. The last category we have here is specialty level. Specialty certifications are often meant to assess the skills required for a certain technology such as data analytics, security, networking, etc. However, the technical AWS cloud knowledge required at the specialty level varies depending on the type of certification or the type of technology you choose. AWS Certified Advanced Networking, AWS Certified Machine Learning, AWS Certified Security Engineer, and AWS Certified Data Analytics, along with AWS Certified Big Data, are the specialty certifications offered by AWS. Moving forward, let's talk about the scope of all of these certifications one by one to get to know which certification is the right choice for you. Let's begin with AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner certification. As mentioned earlier, this is the most basic and beginner level cloud certification. It will provide you with a fundamental grasp of AWS Cloud fundamental services and terminologies. Taking this cloud practitioner exam is an excellent option to start for those from non-IT backgrounds looking to learn the basics of AWS Cloud platform. This AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner certification covers the key areas such as AWS architecture principles, core AWS services, AWS security and compliance standards, AWS services and their use cases alongside the deployment and operating principles. The examination fee for this particular certification is $100 and it's actually a multiple choice type questionnaire examination. Next we have AWS Certified Developer. This associate level certification teaches you the fundamental of using AWS services and is intended for those who have at least a year of experience developing and maintaining AWS applications. The people who apply for this certification must possess the fundamental coding knowledge to gain success in the certification exam. Additionally, this certification validates a candidate's understanding of the AWS SDK and how to use it to interact with various AWS services. This associate certification covers the concepts such as basic AWS architecture, core AWS services, hands-on experience development, deploying and debugging cloud-based applications using AWS. This certification costs around $150 and it is multiple choice and multiple response type examination. Then comes the AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate Examination. This AWS Associate level certification is best for experienced professionals such as senior developers and solution architects. If you wish to take this examination, then you must be able to show that you can design, manage, and implement applications using the services and tools available on AWS platform. This 130-minute long examination includes multiple choice and multiple response questions, and it cost around 150 US dollars as well. Fourth certification we are going to talk about is AWS Certified SysOps Administrator. This certification is considered as the toughest and beneficial associate level certification. And with this certification, you can learn AWS accounts data flow, estimate cost, and choose the right service for any new application you work on. Next, we have AWS Certified Solution Architect Professional Certification. This professional level certification demands more advanced knowledge and expertise than associate level certification. To be able to take on this certification, you require a high degree of technical expertise because ultimately it's all about designing AWS based applications. With this certification, you'll gain knowledge about cost cutting strategies, best practices for designing and architecting apps, maintenance of applications, migration, as well as how to create reliable builds. Also, to be able to appear for any professional level certification, passing AWS Certified Solution Architect exam is a must. Without that, you won't even be able to apply for this certification. The costing for this certification lies around 300 US dollars, and again it's also a multiple choice question examination. Then comes the AWS DevOps Engineer Professional Certification. This particular certification exam helps you learn how to design and maintain automation tools, track system metrics for your AWS system, and automate security measures. Operating, deploying, and maintaining applications on the AWS platform are the main focuses of this certification. With this certification, you learn about modern continuous delivery tools, how to design, manage, and maintain the tools to enable automation of the operation process, setting up monitoring and logging systems on AWS, implementing scalable systems, etc. The seventh certification we have is AWS Certified Advanced Networking Specialty Certification. This AWS certification is for professionals who perform complex networking tasks. The person who clears this certification will likely be in an authoritative position and will be in charge of networking and architecture of AWS solutions at scale. To pass this exam, you must have prior experience with AWS networking. Also, guys, all the specialty certification cost around 300 US dollars. Next we have is AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty Certification. This certification is the most specialized AWS certification exam for machine learning experts. It is for individuals who have data science experience of at least 2 years on their back. With this certification, you'll learn about architecting or implementing machine learning or deep learning workloads in the AWS cloud. Candidates with this certification should be able to deploy machine learning solutions readily integrated with the AWS platform. Then comes the ninth certification, that is AWS Certified Security Specialty Certification. The AWS Certified Security Specialty Certification is for security expert, particularly those who want to learn about security topics such as data encryption, infrastructure security, identity access management, monitoring, and logging AWS services. To earn this certification, you must hold at least 2 years of experience in the AWS workload and 5 years of IT experience in designing and implementing security solutions. Then we have AWS Certified Big Data Specialty Certification. This certification is meant for professionals who perform complex big data analysis and hold at least 2 years of expertise with AWS technology. With this certification, you can learn things like big data designs and maintenance on AWS. AWS services such as Athena, QuickSight, Kinesis, security practices for data analytic solutions, how to design, maintain, and visualize data, and all of the big data tasks that are relevant with AWS platform. Finally, we have AWS Certified Data Analytics Specialty Certification. This certification is designed to validate your skills and expertise in AWS Analytics services and data lakes. It increases your credibility by demonstrating your skills in designing, building, managing, and securing cost effective and efficient analytic solutions on the AWS platform. With this certification, you learn about data analysis automation tools on AWS, how to monitor, design, and maintain big data, security methods to handle big data, etc. Also, to be able to apply for this certification, you need 5 years of experience in the field of big data analytics and 2 years of experience in the AWS Cloud Framework. Well, that was all about these different certifications, guys. By now, you must have got which certification you should take on based on your skills and experience. However, if you are a beginner and are still unable to make a decision, we have some piece of advice for you. Listen up. The most common approach to begin your cloud career is to start with AWS Solution Architect Associate certification. Solutions Architect AWS certification is a great way to familiarize yourself with the AWS ecosystem and core AWS services. Moreover, it is mandatory to have an associate certification before you can take any AWS Solution Architect professional certification. And not only that, AWS Certified Solution Architect is the most rewarding cloud career option because of the skills gap. According to Simply Hired, the average salary for cloud developer is around 118,000 US dollars, while that of cloud admin is around 76,000 US dollars. But when it comes to cloud architects, they are big winners in this space, with an average salary ranging from 124,000 US dollars to 173,000 US dollars. I mean, the people who spend years at this position ultimately tend to achieve that 173,000 US dollar pay mark. And if we talk in terms of India, according to PayScale, the average salary of cloud developers lies around 30 lakh 50,000 rupees, whereas for cloud administrator the average salary dips a bit to 8 lakh 20,000 rupees. And again, in this marketplace as well, cloud architect remains as highly paid job with salary ranging in between 16 lakh to 40 lakh rupees. I hope that clears up your concern. Thank you guys for watching this video till the end. That's all we have for the day. I wish you best of luck in launching your AWS certification journey. If you have liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also do consider it to enable that subscribe button and bell icon so that you never miss any technical update from Intellipaat YouTube channel.
Just a quick info for all of you cloud enthusiasts. If you want to make a career in AWS, then you might want to check out Intellipaat's AWS certification training course for solution architect. Learn from industry experts through hands-on session, projects, and case study. Reach us out to know more.